friends. I'm Karen, and this is the Family Food for Moms podcast. We're talking about inspiration for family cooking and dining. Today, we're going to be talking about food on vacation. If you go away on a holiday, we recently went to the beach for a few days, and it was amazing. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what meals we did and just general ideas of what to do on a vacation. I have a cold. My voice is croaky, so I hope you don't mind. Obviously, when you're away, you're going to eat out as much as you can afford to. And we found it worked well to kind of alternate every second day, have food out. I think it worked out actually that we ate out more near the beginning. But you can plan to alternate one day out and then one day cook at home, or one day out and 2 days cook at home. And I think by far the easiest and most fun for vacation is the grill. If the place you're staying has a grill, hopefully it does. Ours was a bit of an old broken grill, but it did actually work. So there's so many things you could do on the grill. And then if it's a nice warm place, you can sit outside together, chat, enjoy the evening under the stars, do some fun drinks together, like a passion fruit soda or lemon soda. And then just do the things that you enjoy grilling. So we did burger patties on the grill. We added a little cheese so it melted. And then just the usual toppings: tomato slices, cucumber slices, mayonnaise, tomato sauce, pickles. You can even do avocado or fried eggs if you feel like it. Whatever anybody enjoys on your burgers. You can do something with chicken on the grill. So if you take chicken breasts and slice them in half so they're nice and thin, then they grill very well. It's easy to marinate them with some olive oil and some maybe herbs like oregano, salt, pepper, maybe some paprika. You probably won't have many herbs with you on your vacation. So whatever you brought from home, we try to bring salt and onion powder and maybe something like paprika or oregano. Then after it's marinated, just put it on the grill and cook it up. We like to do something like halloumi cheese on the grill as well, or just in a pan nearby with the chicken, and then put that inside wraps with a bit of lettuce and mayonnaise. So you can easily buy the wraps wherever you are. I could try to do a little bit of a meal plan beforehand with, as I said, deciding which nights to eat out and which not. But I only really planned once I was there, and it was a quick plan, like what are our simplest meals from home? Now I'm at the grocery store. What do I need for those? One of the older kids cooked some chicken stir fry. We have quite a few cooks in our house, which is quite helpful. If you're the only cook, it's not quite as simple, but still you can cook with your kids around you and they can help do the chopping and all those things. So my oldest daughter did chicken stir fry. So that's 3 components. It's the chicken, the noodles, and the vegetables. Then my middle daughter did the vegetables, cooked them stir fry style. So they were julienne style when we bought them, and we just stick them in a pan with some olive oil and tamari or soy sauce and salt. And then the noodles you just cook in a little bit of boiling water. You can either just pour the boiling water and wait 15 minutes, or do it in 5 minutes with a little bit more of a boil. Also depending on your noodles, if they're very thin or not, or if they're ribbon. Rice noodles work well. And then the chicken, chop it up and stir fry in a pan with a little oil, and like we use coconut oil, a little bit of soy sauce and sesame seeds, maybe a little bit of honey. And then you just mix them all together, and people can dish up their own and mix, or you can pre-mix it. It makes a delicious meal. Then we love to do nachos. I'm sure you've heard me talk about it before. My youngest son likes to cook that. He cooks the ground beef for that, or we can use chicken. If you're doing ground beef, then just brown it up and add some kind of tomato puree, tomato paste, and some seasoning like salt, onion powder, etc. And then let it cook for about half an hour, and you're good. If you're using chicken, I would cook the chicken in the oven. So just put chicken breasts in the oven with some olive oil, salt, onion powder, whatever seasonings you like. And then once it's cooked, everybody can help shred it. And then for a kind of nachos or tacos style seasoning, you want to add things like a little bit of chili, a little bit of smoked paprika, or you can buy a pre-made taco mix, which is easier when you're on vacation. So just add in a taco mix to your meat. You can add it to the mince as well. I forgot to mention that. It gives it a bit of a spice and a bit of a Mexican flavor. And then you can add a little bit of either tomato puree to your chicken or some salsa and mix it up. So get your chicken tasting good. Like add the seasoning mix, add the tomato or tomato. And then when it tastes a little spicy, a little good, Mexican style, then you're going to use that either on its own or make a layered dish. You want to have some guac that you can just mash up avocado with the same spice as you used for your meat. You can use yogurt or sour cream, grated cheese, some extra salsa, and then your nacho chips. So then you're either dipping into or creating your dish with the mince, the meat, beef, or the chicken. I think the chicken is probably more common. You can also put it in the oven with a little cheese on top to melt before everybody dishes up. So people will dish up their nachos and then either their ground beef or chicken mix, and then some guac, some yogurt or sour cream, some salsa, some cheese, whatever else you like to have with your nachos. So that was an easy meal we did one lunchtime. Then another item you can do on the grill is kebabs. You can buy pre-made kebabs at a grocery store and then maybe bake some potatoes to go with it and make a salad. Anything steaks on the grill, you can buy a little barbecue sauce to add, or you can buy pre-marinated steaks, especially for that time. You can buy marinated ribs, beef ribs, pork ribs that you can do on the grill. So the grill is really helpful when you're on vacation. It's also less cleaning up inside. Then another easy meal, I think my oldest son did this one while we were away, was a pasta meal. So you can do a simple pasta and chicken. Cook the chicken in the same way as I mentioned before, shred it, and then add something like a cheese sauce, which is easy to make. You just need the same amount of flour and butter, and you make a roux and you cook that a little bit. Then you add your milk and you whisk till it thickens, and then you add your cheese and some salt. Or you could do a mince pasta with the same kind of recipe as you did for your nachos, or you could leave out the spicy seasonings. Add your mince to the pasta with a little bit of cheese on top and some garlic bread on the side. You could also do a simple cream pasta where you cook your pasta and then in a pan you add some cream and some basil pesto or some pre-cooked bacon and cream. Just make a nice simple pasta with a little parmesan on top. For another meal or even a fun breakfast, you can do different types of sausages on the grill. Chicken sausage, pork bangers, beef sausage, and then you could cook French toast with that. Least messy, easy to eat outside. Just whisk up some eggs with a little milk and seasoning like salt and pepper, and then soak your bread in it, and then fry it on both sides with a little more salt. And that's delicious. You can eat it with maple syrup alongside your sausages. You can also do chicken wraps with the same chicken recipe again, and then add lettuce, some cheese, some mayonnaise, or feta if you prefer that kind of cheese, some baby tomatoes or red pepper, whatever you like in your wraps. And then don't be afraid to look for some ready-made meals for some of the time if it's going to make it easier for you, especially if the kitchen at the place you're staying is not great. So sometimes you may find supermarket lasagna or cottage pie ready-made. And a tip, try to take oven gloves with you. I don't know why, but no places have nice oven gloves if they have them at all. So it's always hard to get things in and out the oven, I find. So take some oven gloves with you that you like and that work well. Don't do anything complicated. Don't take a whole lot of pre-made stuff to use, like don't take your own sauces or things like that. Just try to keep it as simple as possible, because if you really need something, you can buy it. And remember, you're on vacation, so hot dogs on the beach is completely fine. Maybe some Cornish pasties or pies from a nearby vendor works for a meal. even a quick takeout burger. So then my last ideas are taco bar and potato bar. So tacos are easy. You can buy the tortillas once you're there, and then again, use whatever taco meat you like. You can use a beef style. You can sometimes even buy pre-made shredded beef, although that's probably more expensive. Or you can use your shredded chicken and add similar things to what you would add to your wraps, but maybe more Mexican style. You can even do some beans. Beans you can often find in cans and just add that to your ground beef, and then it's very easy. And they can already be seasoned, or you can season those with a taco seasoning and use those in your tacos. Baked potato bar, buy a bunch of potatoes, bake them in the oven, add toppings, cheese, sour cream, some bacon or chicken, a few vegetables or salady things, and there you go. So it really doesn't have to be complicated. The most important thing, I think, is that you can be relaxed around your children, enjoy the little bit of shopping you have to do while you're away. Keep it minimal because you may not use all the meals you buy if you end up eating out somewhere. And try to be present with your family, enjoy being outside with them if you're grilling, and just try to make it much simpler than you would at home. You don't even necessarily need a vegetable or a salad each time. It's completely fine to skip that now and then. I'd love to hear if any of you have some ideas other than these for what you cook on vacation. My email is karen@familyfoodformoms.com. I'd love to hear. But have a lovely week, and I hope you get to go on vacation soon.